Warning: this program may contain visuals that might offend sensitive viewers. Parental guidance is advised.
The number of people living with disabilities in South Africa is a matter of dispute. While Statistics South Africa puts it at 2.7 million, the Disabled People's Association of South Africa says it's double that. Where do they work, school and play? And how do they get there? If at least 1 in 10 South Africans have some sort of disability, are we doing enough to provide them with opportunities to better their lives?
I hate those who feel so. That's one thing I also hate. It was nice and everything, but due to transport problems, I couldn't bring us a
next. So I life because abantu bangaphandle bayenza izinto and nawuhlezi lana, what are you doing? Nothing. Feeling sorry for yourself, no, it's not an option.
So the lift my feet. We once ukuthi basinikeza amabhasi la amafutshane amatsha. So la mabhasi amafutshane amatsha akwazi ukubalayisha nawo. So la mabhasi amafutshane amatsha wona adinga ukuthi uphume ngaphandle ibhasi iyomhelpa.
Davidton is a township on the east rand of Gauteng. It has a population of more than 130,000. Tandi is a 28-year-old wheelchair-bound lady from the area.
I've been disabled, it's more than 9 years now. I had my operation in 2010 due to a lipoma. It's a lipoma disease that I have through my spine. T8, and I did my operation in 2010. The operation I'm going to Dr. Shazad was a RV hospital. Yeah, and then after that operation, that's when I couldn't walk and everything.
Tandi could walk before. I wondered how she adjusted to the change.
Because I couldn't take it. It was not easy. Easy at all. Easy at all. So, sometimes like and everything. But through him, I went to Natal Spirit Hospital. They took me to rehab there, and then I realized there are people like me, which is still it was not easy by then because of Paces School. Then I got an opportunity to go to Hope School, who's Standard 7, say Westcliff Hotel. That's when everything changed. Meeting abantu, even like disability yako ingasho next. Before everything, bank you have to accept it the way you are. We has accept Saktala, and then everything is a follow after. Because of if you can't accept yourself, bands will accept. Another thing, if the family need together and everything, by
What constitutes a wheelchair-friendly environment?
To get into a place you can just push yourself. There's ramps, kuba nama ramps, ama toilets, it's easy. Uyakwazi ungena toilet. You understand? Uyakwazi ungena toilet, and then ama ramps akunamatshe, akunamgodi, akunama potholes, about stuff like that. Yes, ama wheelchair-friendly places, easy accessible. Like ngikwazi nje ukungena kuyo, kuba easy kanjalo. And then the main thing about like if you get what's the main thing? The main thing is the toilet. You understand? So easy, but if the toilet is not widely open and then it's not even suitable for you to then that place is still not wheelchair friendly because of our toilet is a disaster. This is the right space.
Is her home wheelchair friendly?
No, not at all. Even my house is not even wheelchair friendly. It is not even wheelchair friendly. From my room to coming outside is not even wheelchair friendly. So it's those things that is in there. Life kind of difficult, but because of it's my house, I'm used to it. I make means to go around. So I have some sweets.
How do you deal with the stigma in your community?
I will say back then, abantu disabled were not catered for. Manje slowly, abantu they adjust, ignorant because people back then they were ignorant. So manje because of they getting taught about it, abanye they bahlala nalabo bantu labo. But before it was not very easy. So umuntu disabled umuntu bekumela hlala endlini anakekelwe. Anakekelwe. So manje bayazi ukuthi umuntu disabled naye ufuna ukusebenza, naye ufuna ukuphuma, naye umuntu.
Tandi is passionate about the rights of people living with disabilities and tries to influence those around her.
To empower other disabled people, to empower them, like ngibafundisa about life, about their rights, about isn't wrong, about abuse, as people with disability. I always don't like scooting is busy a person living with a disability. I always like to be referred as a person with a disability, because I'm a person first and then a disability follow after. So I'm a person living with a disability, you understand? Yes, so like empowerment is about everything. Actually, it's about everything. Young girls, women, it's about everything. Like we'll be talking about everything. So in the future, that's what I'm trying to do with my project, the girls club that I'm trying that we're building with the PST and CMT. So is involve disabled girls and any disability actually. So we're trying to empower each and every disabled girl a corner Davidson.
The absence of a reliable public transport system has cost Tandi her livelihood.
Oh, emsebenzini. Oh, okay. I was working. I'll not mention the company name and everything. Yeah, but bengisebenza, it was nice and everything. But due to transport problems, I couldn't. Bengasakhona ukuya emsebenzini. Attend my responsibilities was emsebenzini. You understand? So vele ilona taxi. It was not an option for me, because for me to get into my work, I have to take taxi ngane lana. Ngesquare take another taxi as on drop emsebenzini, and then after asengchayisile I have to get a taxi ezongidropa a mall, which is I'm going to take a taxi ezongidropa a mall futhi again la eDavidton ukuthi ngize la ekhaya, and when I get a mall futhi mele ngithathe itaxi encane ezongiletha la ekhaya, which is it was very difficult for me. Ngeke ngathola umuntu angitransport, and then I pay that person every month, you understand? And then if lo muntu loyo imoto yakhe izophuka, yena uzokwazi ukuthatha itaxi because he can walk, it's easy for yena ukuthatha itaxi, and then uzongitshela imoto iphukile, imoto ifuneka service, and then me I can't go emsebenzini. Even if emsebenzini we are trying by explainela, but I understand that for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, but for isikhathi eside nabo policy yabo ithi ifuna emsebenzini.
Public transport, especially taxis, are notorious for their ill treatment of passengers with disabilities.
The only way to pour the perfect beer, this professional barman would tell you, is into a glass tilted at exactly 45 degrees. Oh, bless you. Bless you, sir. Bless you again. Well, we'd say the perfect way to pour a beer is at this angle, straight into your mouth. Tops its bar. Good beer, good advice, no Ponzi beer stuff.
We're talking news, business and sporting updates both continentally and abroad. South Africa is in its first economic recession since 2009.
Currency has appreciated quite a lot, especially for this year. And it has benefited from a number of things, not so much to do with what was happening here at home.
The Islamic State-linked news agency Amaq claims the latest attack was launched because of Australia's backing in the US fight against the group.
Constad is one of the dozens of women who have accused Cosby of sexual assault, but hers is the only case recent enough to be subjected to criminal prosecution.
Stay tuned to News Today at 3 p.m. from Monday to Friday on SABC News.
In 2009, the government in Gauteng introduced the bus rapid transport system in the Johannesburg metropole known as Rea Vaya. It was largely meant to shorten time and space between the location and the workplaces and schools in town. Now imagine you live at Orlando East and you're on a wheelchair and you've got to be ready to leave the house at around these times.
In places where there's no Rea Vaya, I could say it is a problem. Yes. For instance, if I want to go to Eastgate Mall or somewhere fancy, there's no Rea Vaya. Rea Vaya is just around Jablan Mall, then Mapunya Mall, then Carlton Center, which is those places I've been there more often. I can even throw a map.
Jessica commutes from Orlando East to Parktown. Her neighborhood has recently been paved up, making it easier for her and her chair.
It's very important to have ramps and paving, because these nowadays we use wheelchair, as you can see the front wheels zingane. So if I could go past, let's say maybe a place where we're in a pothole, it's easy for the wheels to go in, and then I'll need help footy, which is whereby magunama ramp ngihamba freely, smoothly, so agunama problems.
Ramps, elevators and wheelchair access points may not be that important to you and I, but they're essential for Jessica.
My last interview, the company is Centurion. I can't remember the name. It's Skills something. Yeah. The company they are based 7th floor. Yeah. They based 7th floor. So mangifika lapha kule company bona there like lift abanayo at all. Basebenzisa i-staircase. So mangifika lapha e reception ngiyabulisa sharp, then ngiyatshela reception ukuthi okay ngizele for interview company so. I said okay, imala I'll call the boss. The boss makafika athi how can't you wheelchair thina uthot ukuthi umuntu okwaziyo ukuzihambela, but then because of wheelchair we can still do the interview, and then when we pass the interview we'll place you to another company. So we had to see ngaphandle senze le interview ngaphandle, it was underneath the carport.
Jessica's pet peeve is people who are
abantu abangekho educated about disabled people. Lothola mawundlula bakulandele uzujike ngekhona as like they can stay. No, they stay. Umuntu azaphume nendende umbona ukuthi okay yazi usikabeke focus ukuthi kuwe like lento yenzayo say totally off ubhekenene nawe nje uzujike ngekhona. So mina as umuntu like I've been using a wheelchair for a long time now. So that impression you're staring so if you just stare at me ngiyakulisa, then when I was old, if you staring because we are supposed to okay ngimgwarele umuntu or not, or you feeling sorry. I hate umuntu ozongifilela sorry. That's one thing I also hate. Angifuni ungifilele sorry because nje because of it was God's will and uNkulunkulu ungithanda ngiso, and ama blessings uyangipha every day. So when then uzongifikela nge the sorry thing, no mina nawe anyeke sizwa ngizongizela ngabo sorry.
At between 2 and 3 a.m., Utatunyaniso Nongenzi leaves his home to make it in time for work at the Johannesburg Metro bus depot. Tatunyaniso is one of 6 shifts allocated to servicing passengers with disabilities in the Johannesburg Metro and its surrounds.
Ibaluleke kakhulu le service kulaba bantu. Futhi ke ne Metro bus nje iboya ngokucinga icebo elifanayo ukuthi akwazi ukuba ne transport enje kulaba bantu. Aba bantu kunzima apha phandle akukho kuhle kokuqala. Umuntu ufana aphume ngo5 emsebenzini ohamba nga wheelchair. Usuka endlini uye bus stop. I-bus stop ngasithi umzekelo mhlawumbe bus stop isuka la iyapha egate or ezinye bus stop zikude nabo. So make esuka ephusha la wheelchair. Sometimes labafanyana laba nabaloko umjonga bamfunda bambona ukuthi oh lo mama every day or lo muntu every day bayakhona ukuthi okay ithi simbambe endawo leso bamthathela ibheki akwazi nokumgijimisa akwazi nokuthini. So ndibona Metrobus ibaluleke kakhulu ukuthi iba service labantu ngala mabhasi.
Although he's contracted as a driver, Tatu Nongezi finds himself executing duties that go beyond that scope.
Njengoba ndisazana nabo ngolhlobo nje aziphelanga ukunceda ngapha ebhasini. Okunye ngama weekend or na during the week mawukhona into ashota ngayo afuna ukusizwa ngayo uyakwazi ukungicela athi bengicela ungincede ngento so nami ngoba ndimazi ukuthi unjani umzekelo omnye ufuna ukuyothenga something eshopini ethize ngoba akana lelo xesha lokuya khona noma enala ngiyakwazi ukuhamba phakathi kwedolobho ngewheelchair. Mina ndiyakwazi ukuthi ngexesha lamanzi ebreak in ndibeke ibhasi ndihluphe ndisuke ndomnceda kuloo nto afuna ukuncedwa kuyo ndimthengele yona ndimzisele yona ntambama sadibana ebhasini ndiyamnikeza. So aziphelanga apha ebhasini kuphela njengoba umbona nje ukhulile kumsandile esasemncinci nje esasemncinci phela oko ndimlatsha le bhasi ngilaqo semlatsha ngabo 5 ukusukela grade 1 up until now.
The driver and his passengers have formed a special bond.
Umsebenzi lo udinga umuntu onenhliziyo. Ya ufuna benenhliziyo yokunyamezela. Umazi ukuthi umuntu lo sebenza ngaye ngumuntu onjani. Ungathi mhlambi mawufika ekuseni yomlayisha ufika umuntu late nge2 minutes bese ukuthi dumisa ibhasi umshiya ngoba ufuna umazi ukuthi une problem yokuthi lo muntu udisable akafani nawe.
Nina problem ya ku loko bazi ra hina ra metro ro onakile hi va na challenge ba hi nyika a normal bus and bus leri loko ri ta ka hina driver u va a ri wexe u fane a chika le ka seat ya yena a yehla a ta hi pfuna hala hansi ene ti-wheelchair leti hi fambaka hi tona motorized wheelchair ta tika swinene se a ni navela onge va nga hi lavela assistant loyi a nga fambaka na yena ku ri loko a fika a yima a xitichini a kota ku va a pfuna a khandziyisa wheelchair liya. Se xin'wanyana futhi hi ku ri laha Joni ku ceriwile la matlhelo la ndleleni swa tika ka hina vanhu va ti-wheelchair ku va hi famba. So loko u fika laha ka ndhawu leyi ya ku yi celekile u fanele u suka hala ka pavement u nghena hala xikontirini ene a ku fambeki na ma-taxi driver a ku safe. Se a hi kombela ku ri va hi lunghisela swilo ku va kahle ene ya khensa leswi mfumo wu swi endlaka for hina se a hi kombela ku lunghiseriwa sweswo.
This service is all right, okay? But only for when we go to work and when you come back to work. And after that, if whatever that you want to do, maybe Ganakoya, how you cannot be able to access it. And as you can see, it's only 6 chairs that are allowed to be in this bus. So what about for others? You see. So that weekend, you cannot even have access of this. So that means you have to be bound in your house. So you cannot go anywhere.
The metro is particularly in terms of ukusithatheni nokusibuyisa ukusisa emsebenzini nokusibuyisa, but ayisiphathanga kahle in terms of uku-maintain amabhasi. Amabhasi awe metro ahlala aphuke every day and makuphuke amabhasi it's either sihambiswa ngawo siyafostele ukuthi sihambiswe ngawo or sihambiswe ngama-ordinary buses, which makes it a problem for us ukuthi kulama-ordinary public buses uzothola ukuthi niyakukwa ngama-wheelchairs ama-driver uthola ukuthi i-wheelchair inzima ama-battery anzima nathi sinzima uzothola ukuthi abo-driver fanele ukuthi basogole ngathi ukuthi loko basikuka ngama-wheelchair basiyehlisa basigibelisa.
Cha iproblem esinayo nje encinci igcine seyibakhalisa nabo ababantu kanti ke akho nto ezawenziwa. La mabhasi la afana naleli uyabona ukuthi kunale lift ebalayishayo, le lift ebalayishayo lena isebenzisa imoto la, so imoto yayo iyaphela ayisukuthi phela ngoba naku mhlambi iyaphela ngoba ufika ixesha uba mayiphele and nawo lo mshini uyafa ngoba kaloku uyasebenza every day. So kuye kwenzeka ukuthi mhlambe xa uthola ukuthi leli lifile leli mshini lo mshini uyolungiswa awulungiswe Metrobus uyolungiswa eGBST kumakhophola. Okay, mali buya lapha ekulungisweni elibhasi uthola ukuthi mhlambe uzothola 3 days 4 days lifinjini lehle lifa kuwo wonke amabhasi. So bona sometimes xa kwenzeka ezo zinto ezinjalo kufi engine kule viki ezayo kufe umshini ngalamini lichayiswe uyabona ubonakala ngathi kubo manje abanakwanga kade ayisikuthi abanakwanga ingxaki nje ukuthi ibhasi leli ziningi into ezisebenzayo for bona i-engine iya ku-service iyazifela i-engine ifuna ukuyolungiswa umshini nawo uyafa ngoba ulayisha bona every day ekuseni yabalayisha ntambama yabalayisha so awukwazi ukungafa umshini ufanele uhambe endawo ulungiswa la ekhaya uthi usahamba uyachayisa nezinye imoto endleleni ufanele ibhasi ibheke e-body shop iyowenziwa ipende ngoba phela nayo ibalekile ukuthi ihambe iclean ngaphandle.
Well, a very good morning and welcome to AM News live at 10:00 hours across all Central Africa regions.
A fitting send-off for a revolutionary giant, a life dedicated in service of the people.
The result means that the Swallows are out of the ABC Municipal League and drop to the amateur fourth tier of South African football, the SAB League.
Tune in on AM News every Saturday and Sunday from 10 hours.
Tandi, a 28-year-old from Jablani in Soweto, gets picked up and dropped off at her front gate by the Johannesburg Metrobus service for the disabled.
Some of the things that engizithandayo nge-Metrobus i-lift ukuthi I don't have to ukuthi ngisuke ku-wheelchair me and then ngingena yona bese kungena mina ihamba like it's a lift. So into ezinye engingazithandi is the fact ukuthi ifika late iyastaka to ukuthi maybe like when ujahele uke endlini sizostaka somewhere, you have to wait for another bus ukuthi ize collect, or you have to ukuthi siloku sifona sibatshela ukuthi sikuphi, and some of the people abazi Soweto, so kumele siba direct ukuthi no sistake ngakuphi. So those are the disadvantages.
How do you feel about receiving assistance from able-bodied people?
For me, you should wait for me to ask you ukuthi ngicela ungisize. For other people maybe it could be different, but I prefer it ukuthi ungilinde to come to you and say ngicela ungisize nganento so. Yeah.
Why is that?
Because ngifuna ukuzenzela izinto kuqala, not ukuthi ngilinde wena, because let's say when awukho and I want to do this and this is, let's say ngifuna ukugcoka a certain thing and iphezulu awukho, I have to wait for you. No.
Soweto is one of the world's most famous towns, but according to Nthabiseng, it doesn't look after its most vulnerable.
Sizo imfundo, ukufunda, ma facilities we sports, ama-opportunities like ama-learnership anokuphuma aphume like boma-Randburg and stuff awekho la around Soweto. So you have to ukuthi uyenzeni futhi ugibele i-transport, public transport uye khona, and then mofika lapho maybe bakurejecte kumele ubuye futhi understand ukuthi bakurejectile inhliziyo zakhe ibhlungu kumele uzosokoliswa abantu bama-taxi futhi. So at least I think imezi la around it's a walking distance ukuthi hayi ngihambe ngifake i-CV yami laphayana, maybe they can call me or something.
Cutting Edge paid Metrobus a visit and spoke to the manager of the services for the disabled at Metrobus.
We do have some challenges which occur since we have indicated we only got 6 buses and they cater for 6 routes. We do experience some breakdowns in the buses, either the lift or the engine itself.
Mr. Chikova says that they have a very long waiting list.
Current list now stands to plus minus 70 people whom we cannot really be able to assist as we wish, and it gives us a serious concern.
Metrobus says that they need greater involvement from the transport industry.
The Rea Vaya, Gauteng coaches, we would not talk about the taxis because taxis I've designed for 15 people, but buses, I think those competitors, if they also can have that good heart in line of assisting these people, they can take some of their buses, as we have done, and restructuring those buses, fit in the lifts, so that if we are 6, we are having 6, they are having 6, and the others are having also a certain number of buses. Really, we can do wonders in terms of assisting our own society members who unfortunately are living with their disabilities.
How does one access Metrobus services for the disabled?
We got our email address. We got our drivers who always go with the numbers, my numbers or Charmaine's numbers. If he wants such accommodation, he will either phone us, email us, we send the application form to that person. He or she must fill that application form. So within 7 days, we will be able to respond to that person. But like we have said, in many times, we have a rule of waiting list.